As my wife stepped out of the shower, I asked quietly, "How long has this been happening?" She froze. Steam filled the bathroom like a breath being held too long. For a second, neither of us moved. Water dripped from her hair onto the tile, loud and steady, like a clock marking a moment I couldn't rewind. Her eyes met mine in the mirror, already forming an answer that wasn't going to be honest. My name is Daniel. I'm 39 years old. I work long hours, pay my bills on time, and until that moment, I believed my marriage to Lauren was solid, even if it had grown quiet. I never expected fireworks every day. I believed in routine, in consistency, in building something meant to last longer than passion. I truly thought that's what we were doing. I hadn't planned to confront her that night. The question escaped me because of a message I wasn't meant to see, a name I didn't recognize lighting up her phone on the counter. I didn't read it. I didn't need to. Sometimes your body recognizes betrayal before your mind is ready to face it. If this moment feels familiar to you, like and share this story so it reaches the people who need it. Silence grows stronger when stories stay buried. Lauren tightened the towel around herself, not from modesty, but from control. "What are you talking about?" she asked, too fast. Her voice had that sharp edge I'd learned to dread, the one that usually meant I was about to be told I was imagining things. That had been our pattern for years. I sensed distance. She explained it away. I accepted it. We used to talk about everything. Somewhere along the line, real conversations turned into brief updates. Affection turned into obligation. I told myself this was normal, that marriages change, that people get tired, that love matures. Those were the lies I told myself while she gave her attention and energy to someone else. "How long?" I asked again, softer this time. Not angry, exhausted. The kind of exhaustion that settles into your bones when you've been carrying the truth alone for too long. She looked past me, toward the door, toward escape. That told me more than any confession ever could. If you've ever stood in that space, wondering whether you're overreacting or finally seeing clearly, comment the word clarity below. Naming the moment matters. "It's not what you think," she said. That sentence always means it's exactly what you think. I nodded, not because I believed her, but because I was done interrupting her stories with hope. I realized how often I'd shrunk myself to keep the peace. The nights I stayed up waiting. The weekends I suggested trips she was too busy to take. The way she guarded her phone, like it carried her heartbeat. At the time, none of it seemed obvious. Looking back, it all lined up perfectly. Patterns only feel harmless when you're trapped inside them. When she finally admitted it, there were no tears, no guilt, just relief. "A few months," she said. Months. Not a mistake. A choice. A second life running parallel to the one I maintained, believing it was ours. Something detached inside me. Not my heart, my loyalty. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't ask for details. I asked one question. "Why didn't you say anything?" She shrugged, a small gesture carrying a heavy truth. She didn't want consequences. She wanted change without accountability. That's when I understood the real betrayal wasn't the affair itself. It was the assumption that I'd accept less and stay silent. If you were in my place, would you have stayed calm or lost control? Tell me in the comments and explain why. Our reactions reveal who we become when we're pushed. I walked into the bedroom and sat on the edge of the bed we once shared. A strange calm settled over me. Not peace, clarity. The kind that hurts but doesn't confuse. I knew this wasn't a moment to fix anything. It was a moment to decide what I would no longer tolerate. This isn't just a story about cheating. It's about the slow erosion of self-respect. If you want more stories like this, subscribe and share if you believe trust can't survive silence. I didn't pack that night. I didn't storm out or sleep on the couch. I stayed in the home we built because leaving without understanding would have felt like running. Lauren slept in the guest room. She didn't ask me to come with her. She didn't ask anything at all. That silence confirmed what her words already had. Whatever we were holding on to had ended long before that question in the bathroom. The next morning felt unreal. Coffee brewed. Sunlight filled the kitchen. The world kept moving like nothing had cracked open. Laura moved carefully through the house, like a guest who'd overstayed her welcome. She avoided my eyes, spoke only when necessary. And I realized this wasn't new. It was just honest now. I went to work and stared at my screen for hours, not absorbing a single word. My mind replayed moments I dismissed. The long showers, the sudden attention to her appearance on nights she was too tired for dinner with me, the way she flinched when I touched her, like affection had become an intrusion. I wasn't foolish. I was loyal, and I confused the two. That evening, I told her we needed to talk. She sat across from me at the dining table, hands folded, already guarded. I didn't ask about the other man. I didn't need to. I asked one simple question. When did you stop wanting this marriage? She hesitated, then said something worse than a date. I don't know. It just faded. That answer cut deeper than any confession. Fading means neglect. It means watching something die slowly and choosing not to save it. I told her I wasn't interested in fighting for someone who had already checked out. I wasn't angry. I was clear. For the first time in years, I felt taller in my own skin. We agreed on space, not as a tactic, not as a test, but as an admission that whatever bond we had no longer existed in the same way. She packed a bag and went to stay with her sister. No tears, no promises, no drama. That absence said everything. Love that wants to survive argues. Love that's finished avoids conflict. The house felt empty, but not lonely. That surprised me. I slept deeply for the first time in months. When I woke up, there was no tightness in my chest. No fear of saying the wrong thing. Just stillness. I made breakfast and realized I hadn't felt peace like that in years. Friends asked what happened. I kept it simple. We grew apart. That was enough. This wasn't about blame. It was about choosing myself after years of choosing silence. A week later, Lauren asked to talk again. She said she was confused about how things had gone so far. I listened, truly listened, but I didn't hear accountability. I heard discomfort. For some people, losing stability hurts more than losing love. I told her I wasn't willing to rebuild something that required me to shrink just to survive. That's when she cried. Not because she missed me, but because consequences had arrived. I filed for separation the following month. The process was quiet, almost clinical. Paperwork, signatures, schedules. People expect heartbreak to be loud. Sometimes it's silent and final. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is stop explaining your worth to someone who benefits from misunderstanding it. Months passed. I found myself again in small ways. Long walks after work, reconnecting with friends I drifted from, cooking meals I liked without checking for approval. I didn't rush into anything new. Healing isn't about replacing. It's about restoring.